So then before I start, I'm doing the exercises, the tension release point here, the opening of the shoulder, so lifting the leg, leaning against, and getting the point of the shoulder here to come a little bit towards the ground. So pushing a little bit against, you'll feel the horse's weight come over the leg. When the horse's weight comes over the leg, I let them start to bring a little bit weight over this point of the shoulder, so they let that little bit down. I do this on both sides so that you get this part of the body soft, and then from the top of the sacro going towards this hip bone here, hip bone, top of the sacro, so this area here, because you want to start to flex this part. This is the part that starts to get really tight. And then I'm feeling where we start to get there, a little bit reaction here. So feeling along, separating a little bit there. So here's where you're getting reaction here. This is the point where you're going to start and then make a half circle shape towards the tail. So find your point where you separate the muscle fibers. You'll feel the point where you get the reaction here, and then just go backwards a little. Then we want to be able to flex and lift the back. This side, the back starts to come up towards you. So having this circle shape and the flexion here, this coming up. In the end, we do that both sides, and on each side it might be a little bit different. So you feel again, see here it's higher. Here there's also a little bit here, but also here. So here is also a point where we get some flexion towards the tail, but also here as well. So we think about that from that spot, folding, getting some flexion in here, this part of the back lifts up, and then that we get a little bit this opening here. When you have this normal muscle function and it's really tight, we want to be able to open and get as much flexibility in the back this way as possible. And then I start to feel a little bit where the last rib is, and then I make from this point the same thing, a little bit this shape. On the opposite side, I'm supporting a little bit here, and if you look from the back, maybe she's going to move a bit forward here, but that we can have this flexion. And relax again, and then so you support a bit with your right hand, this flexion in the back, almost the hind leg there steps up a little bit. Same on this side. You start to get this flexion a bit in the pelvis. Same again here. Lateral flexion, you feel it come into your right hand, and you feel this part of the body start to come up. Feel this hand, flexion this way. And in the beginning with her, of course, there's not much movement happening there. It's not that you feel the back come way out here, but the more flexibility and rotation she gets, the more flexion we will start to get here. And then we're looking at this part of the body becomes like this. So you see when you are palpating lower, you get really this jelly effect in the body. You'll get a lot of relaxation also here in the flank, which is really important for the functionality of the leg further down. You can also feel those points when the horse is relaxed and understanding what it is, that you get someone to hold the front, because they're going to want to walk away at this point. So you get someone to support the front end, so that they're not walking too much forward. And then you are looking to be able to find those points again from the top of the sacro, Start really slow. You'll feel the back go down in the SI, and then push a little bit against. But you slowly get really the flexion here with the back up. You see from the side, really this flexion here, that the back is really coming up. Opposite of that, back a little bit down, find here the points, and you have enough feeling and you are savvy enough to not get a kick in the face. So letting your horse know from the side which exercises first, and then really getting this opening up, and again getting this softness here, that it's not hard and stiff, but you get this flexibility. The next exercise I was talking about in the voice message was the lifting of the legs. So the bamboo, not something flexible like the dressage whip. So the lifting of the leg, and then really getting that you focus on the part of the leg that needs to bend, and resting your stick on that part, so that the horse understands here that you stay with the leg. There'll be a lot of kicking in the beginning and a bit of irritation, and just that you can start to get the joints to bend. So I hold the stick a little bit under the fetlock, under the hock, sometimes in the hock that they squeeze the leg against. You just have to feel your way through it until you get this moment of suspension. So the horse understands from the tap that this is not a forward-thinking movement, but this is a bending. How to bend fetlock, hock, stifle, and not hip and then locking the stifle. So you're not getting a high inside hip, you're starting to get a low inside hip, and that they carry weight on the other leg. Then I cluck for the change of leg, and then I shape that leg. Moment of suspension. If he's taking the leg out the back in the beginning, just tap on the front to get them to follow. Relax. Cluck. For the change of leg. Here again, follow. Try to get it as relaxed as possible. Don't worry if they make a mistake in the beginning. Yes, good. Hold, good. Oh, like this. And then walk again. Not too many repetitions. Walk again. And then you can go back to the clock shape with the stiff stick, with the bamboo. Start to make your shape. And then from here, there, lift and under, lift, there, oh, to the left is lifting and under, lift and under, lift and under, oh. So you start to change the order of movement in the leg. Okay, this is a sped up version for her. She also needs to do more of the lifting on the track. But the idea is that then when you help them, touch them, you've already told them what to think before you ask the question. And then you start to change the functionality. You get the flexibility in the pelvis, the relaxation in the back, the lifting and carrying. So in the end, your horse can stand there almost 60 seconds like this, carrying weight. And then when you start with movement, you get the bending of the leg. Hold, under, carry weight, flexion in the stifle, and move through the body. So you get a completely different order of movement, flexibility, the different functionality. You start to get these messages sending again all the way to the back. You know, so at the moment these horses lose the GPS somewhere around here. They hear you telling them something, and then they've lost contact, like we are as riders. Our toes are asleep in our boots because we stopped sending messages there. So you have to build these pathways again, that they start to connect again with the body, start to have an awareness, things start to move. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen.